So this is our today's topic, glide system.
Mm-hmm.
So I will give you a glide system overview also.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be used much in the system. So glide system, what is glide system? So glide system, it is a collection of methods like which we execute in our server side scripting. Generally, we get some system level information using a glide system API. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose there is a system level information. Suppose there is a logged in user, right? And there is a date time thing. So we have to fetch current date or current date time, a logged in user, or what is the system defined dates. All right, so we can get system level information using Glide System API. And those Glide System API will only be executed on server side.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for client side, we already discussed earlier. We have discussed two type of API there, Glide user and Glide form. Do you
Mm-hmm.
remember
Yep, yep,
that we use for client side? But
yep.
for server side, we have different API that is Glide system. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's move further. So those we talk about user method. So we have user methods which return currently logged in user information. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose, for example, you can see we have get user name, get user ID, get user display name, has role in group. So how we will use this? gs dot get user, gs dot get username, gs dot get user ID, gs dot get user display name, or gs dot has role. What it will do is like it will check whether the current logged in user has this role or not. Just typing gs dot has role. All right.
Yep.
And if you see, they have written some code here, and they have fetched this get user or username. So get user, they have already checked whether the current logged in user has admin role or not. So they have fetched in the using those methods. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I will show you, for example, in the system how we can utilize or how we can use these things, these user methods. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And this methods we can use in any server side script like a business rule script include ACL or workflow, anywhere wherever server side execution is there, you can use these user methods frequently.
Yep.
Okay. And now, for example, if you see, user method examples are provided here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now they are checking condition if current logged in user has role ITIL. If suppose current logged in user has ITIL role, so they will get these information. gs.add info message. It will return gs.get user. So what it will return? It will return this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So generally this will not be much used. First one, that
Mm-hmm.
is just an example. And second one, add info message returns gs.get username. This is used
Mm-hmm.
many times because it will return the user ID for logged in user admin. We have user ID field, right, for
Mm-hmm.
user table. So that will come here. And now they are getting gs.get user display name. So
Mm-hmm.
system administrator is the display name, first name and full name. It came everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And gs.get user ID will return the sys ID of the logged in user.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So do you have question? Any question here?
No, we can get these things with G form underscore get user
Yeah,
ID also, right? So what is the
yeah, that
point
yeah. Go ahead.
using from here like a G glide system?
See, now what if suppose we are writing server side script. We
Mm-hmm.
cannot use glide form, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we will utilize this gs dot get user id username, right?
Mm-hmm.
We cannot use those client side API and server side API. You cannot use it.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, that's why we have for server side we have different API. For client side we have different API.
Yep.
Okay, and now we will see some system methods. Also, we have lot of system methods are there. Those are just examples. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so we have primary work with form objects, tables, fields, and logging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
form objects, we would be having form objects like current and previous for server side. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And for tables also, for tables we are using glide record. For fields we will use current dot field name. For logging we use gs dot print, gs dot log, gs dot get message, gs dot get info message, right?
Mm-hmm.
gs dot event queue. Okay, this event queue, we are triggering an event using our gs.event queue. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we can get the property also gs.get property, gs.get preference. We can use it in our server side script as per the requirement. Suppose there would be a requirement like we have to use system property to be used in our scripting on server side. So we can utilize gs.get property also.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So so there are much methods in server side than client side because
Mm-hmm.
most of the execution generally happens for server side scripts.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we have much more methods than client side.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
So we have some system method examples here. So there is first we can see if location is empty, we are using the caller's location. So suppose if location is not present, suppose we are seeing it on incident or any form. So we are not having any location. So we will add the caller ID location. So caller, who would be the caller of that incident? That location will be populated in the location.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
if current location is empty. So they are checking that if condition and they are setting the value.
Mm-hmm.
So see how they are setting the value. Current dot location dot set value, current dot caller ID dot location.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this setting value can also be done that way. Current dot location equal to current dot caller ID dot location. They can set the value that way also. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now if you see we are having a log, we are generating a log for a system property. So you just see they have declared one variable from gs dot get property glide dot email dot username.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they have got the property and now they are adding this property and getting the information and logging this property details in the log system logs. If you see gs.info, it will save the information in the log table. All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
You will see that below email recipients will see IT service desk in their mail inbox, mail inbox from column.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
From means like whatever from we are setting in that property.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this would be interesting for like everywhere you can utilize these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have date time method as well here. So this is one of the interesting part here because here we can get current time, current date time, right? And we have multiple methods like minutes ago, quarters ago, months ago, years ago,
Mm-hmm.
beginning of next month, end of next month, end of last week, beginning of last week, or date difference, gs dot date difference, and we will pass parameters here. So we have parameters, so which will calculate the difference between two date times. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this will also be utilized more. If you see, we have examples of this. First day, suppose they are getting the value current dot get display value higher date. Last day, current dot get display value last date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have got both the dates. Now what they are doing is like they are calculating the difference between both. See, if first day and last day. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there is some value. They are checking whether first day and last day has some value, and inside that they are checking the difference whether they are having the first day and last day is true and returning less than zero. So what that error message will show, the last day worked must be after the higher date.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so they are just calculating the difference and they are telling, okay, so last day should be after the higher date. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so if it would be greater than zero, so definitely it will be checking like last date is greater than higher date. Okay, and if this is returning as this is not correct, so they will make the last date as empty and they will abort the action in
Mm-hmm.
server side. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so here if you see, they are ensuring whether the last day should not be before the first day. They are ensuring this with the help of this script. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Same way you can use for multiple plays or you can calculate the difference. So difference will be coming on integer form. So suppose today date is 20 higher date and next year same day we are having last day. So that will return 365 if we
Mm-hmm.
calculate the difference between today and next 1 year. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now we will see more glide date and glide date time examples. So this is very good. You will see they are getting a glide date, new glide date, set value, and they are getting the info here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see, they are getting the date info here. And glide date time, they are getting the glide date and time for current. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to define one object for glide date or glide date time, and then they can just add an info or just log it. Okay.
Yep.
And now you will see there is some restriction. Function log is not allowed in scoped applications. So we have to use gs.debug or gs.info. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For custom applications like which do not have global scope. All right.
Yep.
So it is same thing is written. You must use scoped APIs when developing a script for a scoped application. So the scoped glide system API provides method for accessing system level information in scoped application. So there is some API which will be executed, but not all of them. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So already they have mentioned what will not work. So function log is not allowed in scoped applications. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So rest we can use it in glide system, scoped glide system. So we have some logging methods in private application scope. So you can see we can use debug, error, info, warning, or debugging. So this you can use for custom applications. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This system logs gs dot. We cannot use gs dot log here. Okay.
Yep.
And now you will see some example for logging. So you can see they are checking. They have written a business rule here and they are checking a condition current dot city dot nil. If current city field is nil, then they are setting the value for that city. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and as well as they are setting the error if there is any error here. If you see spelling error is there in function. So this will show an error. This error occurred at runtime. Type error cannot find function set val in object. Okay.
Yep.
You can see in system log we have got like this is not the right method which we are using, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is all about glide system. So I hope you have understand much of the glide system usage,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
So let me go through the system and I will show you some more things. So you see, I will show you something.
Sorry, can you go back and show me how you get this?
So this is the
Okay,
script,
background. Yep.
background script. Yeah, here you can use GS because why I am using in background script because this will show the information for logged in things, right? GS dot get user ID. What it will return?
User ID.
No, it will return sys ID of the logged in user. See,
Yep.
right?
Mm.
And now suppose
Username.
maybe this would be yeah. See, user ID. We have got the user ID for logged
Mm.
in user, right?
Mm.
And now suppose
User role.
no, that will be this way. Has role. Uh, I have clicked caps. Okay. Now I will check here. GS dot has role
Fine.
admin. Okay. So what
Mm.
it will return? It will return true.
Yes or no? Okay.
Okay. So I
Mm-hmm.
have admin role here. That's why it is returning true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And suppose
User display name.
okay. So yes dot get user.
User display.
And now you will see system administrator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now suppose more things. GS dot okay because I also forgot sometime exact.
Mm-hmm. Glide.
Here we have to create an object and then you will get it. Oh, why it is coming these things. GS dot now date time it is. But I have written GS now.
Date only. Get now date. GS dot now date time. Now
We
date.
can use
Yes.
now date also. Okay, not coming.
Date time. Yep.
Okay, for date it is not working. Date also it should work. GS dot. So here we can see glide date time we can use. We can add number of days also in
Mm-hmm.
those after getting those date time. So suppose if you declare those variables, okay, and you can add those just like this. So suppose we are getting this now date time ABC and ABC dot add days. Suppose I will add 4 and now GS dot info. Wow,
What happened?
nothing. I just XYZ.
XYZ.
Maybe I have to check that also. I got you. So there we have to add days. I will show you how. Method I have used, correct? I'm using it correctly only. Then what went wrong? Okay, I have to convert it to glide date time. So how what I am telling is like I will tell you. I will tell you what happened here. Actually, you have to convert the object
Mm-hmm.
to now date time because there can be some format change also. Sometime the date might get from your system time zone or time format. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, after 5 days it is showing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Why it is showing 5 days? Because it is taking the system time zone. For system it is 29.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why 3 is coming. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So this way we can use these date time things and we can add number of days. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And gs.info I am already showing how it worked, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can just add some message also here. Okay, it will. Okay, same you can use in your business rules. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and in other places of server side script, you can execute these gs.log and all things.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So how you find this interesting or like because this will be used many times
Mm-hmm.
because I will show you there is huge number of glide system APIs in ServiceNow. Now you will see here, see how much method we have for
Mm-hmm.
glide system. See there is add message, beginning of last month, which I was mentioning you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have all the example here, all examples one by one,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
All example you will get, and there are not 110, there might be huge amount of lists. See,
Mm-mm.
get property, get message, lot of things you can utilize. Get a script error, get session, you will get the current session object. Okay, you will
Mm-hmm.
get the session id, you can get the styles, you can get the time format. See,
Mm.
so you can get anything, and if you want to execute, you can just try on your background script, all those script,
Mm-hmm.
and then it will execute. See,
Mm.
right? So it returns same thing. Get user, it will show the current user. Get user display name, I have shown you. Get user id, I have shown you which id of current user, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get username by user id, that also you can do there. User display name also you can do. Get xml text also you can try. Has role, I have shown you, right?
Yeah.
Has role in group, you can check that as well. You can define role name and group.
Mm.
Hours ago also you can find.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are huge amount of list to utilize these methods, glide system methods, which you will not get in client side APIs. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
see, this is the list, glide system.
Yeah.
See how big is the list.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Maybe 100.
Now date time, now glide date time. See, they have.
Yeah.
Okay, see, this is, yeah. So gs dot now is the right one. See, now I got it. Only for date also we have to just do gs dot now. You will get the current date. See, 30.
Mm. Mm-mm.
So now date time we have to do now date time.
Mm-mm.
Okay. And now